Hey, everybody. Welcome to Comedy Education for Brand New Comics. Coming from Chicago, you got me, Mack Nepper, comedy veteran. And
I'm Jason Hanks, Chet Hanks' son.
Really?
Yeah, Chet Hanks is my dad.
Interesting. Well, the main purpose of this program here is we want to teach new comics, civilians, about kind of tips and tricks to kind of make your way up in the business, how to form a joke, how to make punchlines, setups, tags. We're talking some of these words you may not know, but throughout this program, I think that we can program your mind to become one of the best comics in all of the city. And that's what we're here for. What do you have to say about that, Jason?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah. Do you have any tips for up-and-comers?
I was thinking about this. Like, I would be a paranormal investigator, but but I do it on Facebook. So
Well,
I just if somebody I just check my dead Facebook friends if they posted recently
okay.
because they're dead. So if they post, it was a ghost.
I do like that.
The future ghosts are going to be on the internet.
I have a better idea.
Uh-huh.
Paranormal investigator, okay?
Yeah.
But it's just like a normal investigator, but they're in a wheelchair.
Oh, it's like a paraplegic normal. Yeah. I like that.
Sorry to say it was better prior to saying it. They're different. They're way different.
It's not normal, though.
And that's the thing
Paranormal.
is comedy is subjective is another thing that new comics need to know. So not every person will think that each thing is as funny as something else. So you have to diversify your set into, different types of jokes. You got to, throw some quick ones in there. If you're a story-based comic, yeah, do some long stories, but you can't bore the audience. Am I right about that, Jason? You can't be doing these long stories all the time.
Yeah.
Unless you got a bunch of punchlines.
Who are you, my mother-in-law?
Unless you have
You got a joke like that in there.
unless you got punchlines built in throughout the story.
What is my grandma calling? Tell me a story that happened a long time ago that's long
Exactly.
and doesn't have a funny, fulfilling ending.
I hate when people tell me stories, dude. Unless
Especially grandmas.
grandmas are the worst at stories.
Hey, grandma, can't this be an email? Oh, wait, you can't work an email.
I used to work with a guy who's an assistant manager under me, and he would tell me like a 10-minute story with nothing of merit or value at all.
Yeah.
And then
I used to work with an autistic guy who would always tell me the news. It was kind of cool. It was
Really?
kind of like a real life app.
I got really good. I got really good at saying I was.
You ever get a news app that sends you just what you need to know? I had this guy for that.
That's awesome. So I started closing the door to my office. I used to have an open door policy, but because of that guy.
You put a note on the door thanks to Steve, we're having a closed door policy.
Yeah, so please knock, and if you're Steve and it's not an emergency, you can't come in.
Yeah, go away, Steve. Why don't you go tell your stories to your imaginary friend?
He told me a 10-minute story about trying to find it. This is around holiday time. He told me a 10-minute story about how he was trying to find his Frosty the Snowman blow up thing for his front lawn. For in the attic forever with his wife, and they just couldn't find it for so long, and then they ended up finding it. 10 minutes of
That's
that.
always a good story when the whole problem that persists throughout the story is resolved like that.
It was 10 minutes, and I was like, dude, I have work to do.
What if there were movies like that? It's like the Titanic is sinking, and then it fixed itself.
That would be good.
Yeah. What else could be like that? What other movies are there?
Well, I mean, all movies are true, so we can just 9/11.
Not okay.
So what if they hijack the plane, but all the planes end up at the ocean?
Yeah.
and everyone parachutes
They
out.
hijacked the plane, and then the terrorists changed their mind, and they just landed at the destination they're supposed to be on time.
No, then they land in the ocean, and then every safety thing works perfectly. So that cool slide comes out.
Hell yeah. And then the terrorists apologize, and we forgive them.
Yeah. And then we'll be like,
That's a beautiful story.
Yeah,
I kind of like this. I'm starting to like this coworker of yours.
We'll be like, we would be like, you know what? Maybe we'll just have a conversation with the terrorists.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, you killed a bunch of our family. And we'll be like, yeah, we did. What are you going to do about it? And they're like, you're right. You're right. It's not so bad after all.
Anyway, and you know what? you make some good points about Islam, and then our whole country's converting. Then we all convert to Islam, so the terrorists get their way. We get to keep our stuff.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Hey, how about this as an idea to fight the war on terror? We all just convert to Islam.
I'm down. It's basically the same thing.
I mean, it's like, yeah, you don't have to go to prison to convert to Islam.
No, but then we have to learn Arabic because Muhammad only speaks Arabic.
God does. Allah.
Okay, maybe we can.
Allah only speaks Arabic.
I want to be Hindus.
I like. I'm not as much into Allah as I am into a la carte. I like ordering things separately.
Yeah, I agree. It's sometimes more.
I'm more into a la carte.
Sometimes it's a little more expensive, but you get to mix and match.
Hell yeah.
I
love sides.
Yeah, give it for sides. And makes me wanna munch on some a la carte items.
Oh yeah, I thought this is when we take a bite out of comedy.
That's the other one that we do with that.
Oh, there's 2 different bite sounds.
Yeah.
Our careful listeners will recognize there's 2 different bite sounds.
Yeah. Tyler Buckingham was telling me he's been listening to our podcast.
Oh, what's up, Tyler?
He's not. Yeah. Hey, Tyler. Join the Patreon, like I told you, Zanies.
He's just been listening to the free versions.
Yeah,
the free episodes.
I told him the guest episodes were way better.
Yeah.
I also hit him up to be on the pod today, but he works most Saturdays. Which
there's
sucks.
33% more talking over each other once we add another person.
Yeah.
Is that right? I don't know math.
Probably
it would be 50% more talking over each other.
Probably 79.5 or something.
So it's like, because we're operating at 100% talking over each other, we had a third person that goes
and
up to
we're warmed up.
Goes up to 150.
We're warmed up also too, so you got to factor the warm up portion in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, unless Alex Roomba is on, he won't talk.
Yeah, he doesn't say shit. What a great guest.
It was a good
best guest we've ever had.
I listened.
Let me talk.
It was a good episode.
There's no way it was.
I knew it would be too. It was. I think
Alex Romulus.
I think it was mostly because you were in a bad mood and made it funny.
Oh yeah, I was in a bad mood. I was just tired, honestly.
I'm in a Brad mood.
Oh, Brad.
You know what?
Croftmedy?
No, my name is Brad Breath.
Brad Breath. This is like a WWE name.
Yeah.
Like Isaac Yankum was a dentist. His name was I Yankum.
Uh-huh. Did you see my video on Instagram where I was talking about trying to buy a bunch of followers?
No.
Oh, you should check it out.
I'll have to go on there later.
It's basically, it calls out Brad Coppin.
I try not to go on Instagram because it's usually the first thing I see is somebody getting to beat down by 8 other people in some street fight.
Really?
And I'm like, ugh.
Yeah,
or it's some lady who was born with a lopsided dent in her head and she's got like her eyes bulge out like a fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
get
go
those
on,
kind of people too.
I go on Instagram to upload stuff and then watch our own stuff from 2 different accounts. Yeah.
I go to college to get more knowledge.
Okay, girls, guess where girls go?
Jupiter.
To get more stupider. That's
do,
right, folks.
do.
And I mean, we're not trying to be misogynist or chauvinistic here. That's a fact. You learned that since you were a kid. So, you go to Venus to get more weenus.
No way. Shut the hell up. I'm trying to think of where non-binary people go.
There's got to be some binary systems in. I know there's the word binary is used in
it's a space thing. It's definitely a space thing.
So we'll
you probably have trouble surviving in space if you are non-binary.
Folks, tune in for the guest episode. We're gonna talk about where non-binary people go.
Non-binary is kind of a bad name for what they are because it's specifically about gender. But non-binary kind of sounds like you hate all binaries.
Yeah,
it's like a bad naming.
Yeah, they do probably.
Yeah, it's like if you were mixed and we called you
non-color, hates colors.
Neither color.
Yeah. Gray.
Yeah, we just called you gray. Me and Nura were watching some video about some girl named Tyla, who's a singer, and she got in trouble because in South Africa they have a race called, I don't know if I should say it because in America it's bad. The C word we used to call black people. It's instead of people of color, it's the opposite of that.
So like color with a D at the end.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
Is that allowed on YouTube? This is I hate YouTube. Dude.
Well,
I can't just talk.
The way I said it, I think I was okay.
Yeah, probably we just got demon timed just now.
Well, no, I mean we're showing how it's bad.
Yeah, but it's just like a YouTube algorithm that just goes through and finds words and takes away your money based on the words you use.
And by the way, when
it's not specific.
Guys, we're on Patreon, we're not worried about getting demon timed, so we let it fly.
Hell yeah, dude.
So patreon.com/badcomedy.
I guess we'll just have to talk about this on Patreon. If you want to learn about Tyla, whatever.
Yeah.
Some singer lady.
Tyla, the creator.
Yeah.
Tyga, are they related to Tyla and Tyga?
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one does tiles, the other does tigers.
And you
One's a plumber.
paint with all the people of color of the wind.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
That's a beautiful song, by the way. Colors in the Wind.
Yeah. We should play that on repeat.
I like how it starts. Do 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 do. It's like got that like little.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what that instrument that is.
Is it a flute-ish type of thing?
Yeah, it's kind of like a flute. Maybe
Yeah.
it's a pan flute.
Pan flute.
The other good one is that fat Hawaiian guy who sings it. Does he sing that one?
I don't know.
No, he sings Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
I
Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Now that song rocks as well.
Yeah, I haven't seen Pocahontas in a long time.
No. I totally forgot that there's like a raccoon who she's friends with in it. Her mom's a tree, just like our old friend.
Okay, never mind. We're
Is
good.
everything okay?
No, when I saw the red, I forgot the red means good.
Sometimes I see red and then I beat my wife. Oops. I don't know. I'm not married. I'm joking. YouTube, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, YouTube.
Don't apologize to them.
Don't demon time me.
because then they'll look into the apology and
I swear, I've been going to a lot of educational seminars
yeah.
to learn better.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned about it's a pattern.
We might be getting a new sponsor. It's wallets.
Should we wait till we have their money?
I'm not gonna say the name of it.
Hell yeah!
It's wallets with trackers.
You
in them.
wallets? Oh, nice. Who's putting those out? The government?
Probably, yeah. Yeah. No, it's
wallets with trackers.
No, they're
that's what we need, more tracking.
Yeah, but we might be
That's why the internet is slow now. It's because every time you click on something, it sets off a bunch of code that like tells them that you clicked on something.
Yeah.
And it's like they send a picture of your face and a picture of your house because you clicked on like learn more button.
Yeah, about like
about the
like,
White House.
Yeah, like Richard Cooklin's tea.
You know how all these Venezuelan kids who are poor are like really well trained?
In what?
They don't misbehave. Somebody was saying this yesterday.
In like fighting?
No, like you ever go around Chicago and there's like a ton of Venezuelan immigrants?
No.
At all the stoplights, they sell candy.
I mean, I don't know the difference. I know the difference between Puerto Ricans and
well, there's these kids all over the city, and they're so well behaved for like I drive past like a whole family on the way here every time. I think they live at the corner of Sacramento and Milwaukee.
How do you know they're Venezuelan?
I just heard that they are. I don't talk to them.
Well,
somebody else told me they.
It might be kind of tough to talk to them. They probably don't talk the way you talk.
My whole point, that I have to learn Portuguese.
You'll say Venezuela.
21.
You live in 21.
Dostoevsky. He wrote Crime and Punishment.
So why are they so well behaved?
I think it's because during the Trump administration they were getting cage trained. They were getting crate trained.
Okay. It must be it.
You know, all the children were in cages.
Yeah, yeah.
And now they're selling candy.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't misbehave at all. They got crate trained, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Back then, that was kind of like my Seinfeld era of my comedy, because I was like, kids in cages, what's up with that?
Yeah. Well, now we know.
Yeah, yeah.
They were training them to sell candy. They were crate training them.
Or
you know crate training?
Or yeah, I do. I just don't want to go too further into the subject and get demon timed.
Oh, we've been demon timed.
Yeah.
Have we ever not been demon timed?
A couple times.
Whoa. Actually, Facebook said they were giving me like 83 cents or something.
Nice.
I don't know why. Did I set up our Facebook money? I think we made money on Facebook, like less than $1.
Maybe. I don't know. It sucks because with those, I looked at the bonuses, and you can only make it on posts. You can't make it on Reels. And Reels is the thing. You can only make it on posts or videos, and videos are longer than a minute.
That's so weird.
Yeah, and hey, say Facebook, shut up. Yeah, YouTube doesn't care about that.
Why don't you shut your face?
Oh, how about this? We love YouTube and Google. We hate Facebook because they're lame, and YouTube's way better.
Oh,
yeah, I'm trying to pander.
Second up to YouTube.
Yeah,
I hear you.
Yeah,
It's a good move.
yeah.
Who's the CEO of YouTube? I don't know. We love that guy.
Yeah. And the one at Google. I think it's the Indian guy.
God, dude, Kurt Dunsing did the funniest joke yesterday where he was talking about Grindr, and I guess their headquarters is moving here. And he's like, I didn't know that was the actual company. He's like, that means there's a CEO of Grindr. That's the part that I like the best. He had a whole bunch of other parts, but just imagining the CEO of Grindr.
That is pretty funny.
And it's Matt Brown.
I had a couple excellent jokes the other day, enough for me to win the best set of the night out of like 40 comics.
Congratulations, dude.
No big deal. And then about a half hour later, I basically passed out drunk because I didn't onto Dylan's car.
Onto his car?
That's how I
like it fell on his hood.
Kinda, yeah.
Like that hood looks comfy right now.
Yeah, that's how good I am at comedy.
I'm so tired, and that hood looks so comfy.
Yeah, I never thought I'd be able to like perform
I've never. Well, maybe once when I was in like high school, I got so drunk I slept outside. But you've seemed like you've slept outside a couple times for being too drunk.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy, right?
A lot of times.
When I was working in a hospital, a guy died like that.
Yeah, if you do it in the winter.
It was the winter.
Well, one time I couldn't get in my place, so I slept in my car during the winter, but I didn't have my car keys, so it wasn't even that much warmer. I definitely got hypothermia, but like I didn't go to the hospital because I just like I'll just get really warm.
My heat went out during the polar vortex.
Oh yeah. You
Did I ever
told me
tell
about
you
that.
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like
Jim.
like outside, inside.
Yeah,
I was in my winter coat when I was at home inside my apartment. I was just wearing my full winter coat, just freezing.
That was with you and Jim Flanagan, right?
No, Jim Sanders, who played guitar at my show that you didn't come to.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say play Jim Flanagan at the.
No way.
At the thing.
I never lived with that guy.
That'd be way too. He's way too racist.
He's high risk.
Yeah.
I want to feel safe when I'm at home.
That's true. Yeah, I'm not. I'm scared of like even being in the same like venue as him at the same time.
Yeah,
because I'm scared people are going to associate me with him.
Oh yeah,
because we're both white guys, especially at Laugh Factory, we're the only two white guys. Yeah, no. So that day,
I don't think I've been to the Laugh Factory in over a year or something. Like not even stepped in the door.
Gotcha.
Well, my life has been way better.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to unless you get booked on the Nasty Show.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that.
Hey, Tiny.
I don't even think that seems good.
Hey, Tiny Thickums. Remember like a year ago when you booked me and then you never rebooked me?
I think she was just trying to book you because she wanted in your pants, dude. And now she's got a boyfriend, so she's not interested anymore.
She booked Timmy 2 to like 5 times, okay?
Well, he's relentless.
I know, that's true.
He's still messaging me about stuff every once in a while.
Yeah. Well, I dropped my location.
Timothy Tootle, why don't you get a hint? I'm scared of you.
Yeah. Well, he be on the heroin.
Yeah. Heroin, that's pretty good.
Yeah, him and Ray Halliburton are good pals.
No.
Why not?
Because
actually, Ray Halliburton would probably hate him.
No, I think they would probably get along weirdly.
Well, as long as
Ray is such a weird guy.
As long as they're doing heroin together.
Yeah. Ray's told me the greatest stories. I wish he would come on here. We should hit him up more.
I mean, hit him up and try to get him a date.
I always want to tell his stories that he tells me, but they're so revealing about his life. Right. They're like his true. He always tells me like his true like tragic life of like the like.
Yeah,
like the bad stuff
he
goes through and the diseases he has.
He's agreed to come on twice, but this has been over like 3 years. And
he no shows every time.
He didn't no show though, but it was like last minute.
Yeah, but
if you hit him up, I think he'd be more likely to come because you've been around longer and he knows you more. Yeah,
I had him on a podcast before. I think.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he'd come on, but
I haven't just even seen him around.
He went back to New York. He's stands in Central Park, and then he has a bunch of pigeons all over him.
He's giving
he gives a little dove.
He's looking out for little
Yeah, little kids. They give turtle
Little
doves too.
Kevin, what's the
Yeah,
actor?
Kevin.
Macaulay Culkin.
I
He's taking care of little Macaulay Culkin,
I think the
scaring away the wet bandits.
the actor is named Kevin, and then the character's name is Macaulay Culkin.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that does seem like a character name, not a
Macaulay
should,
Culkin?
That should be a character name, not a real name.
Culkin is a. Ugh, it's hard to say his name.
Culkin.
It's too many like K sounds.
Culkin.
I don't like his name.
Maybe they were good at caulking things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched a documentary about him. His dad was an actor and wanted to be successful, and then
he did it through them. Yeah.
and then he put his kid into acting. And when he was super successful as a child actor, he got really jealous and started treating him like shit. And then when he became 18, he disowned his parents.
Yeah,
It's pretty sick, dude.
But
It's like the dream every bad kid has.
do you think the other?
I'm gonna get what do they call it when you get like I'm gonna get emancipated. I'm gonna get emancipated, Dad. Fuck you.
That's what the slave said
Yeah.
to America.
Yeah, isn't that what Juneteenth's all about? To celebrate all the kids who hate their dads. The emancipation of the
So his brother Kieran, who is actually a pretty great character on Succession, Kieran Culkin, he had a huge part in Home Alone. He's the kid who peed the bed
what?
and drank too much soda.
That's one of his like brothers or whatever.
Is he younger brother?
And then he's got the brother with the tarantula.
well,
remember that?
Well, yeah, this is his brother in real life though. Is the little kid, but Buster, the bully guy,
Yeah, Buster.
that guy's like Bob Keane.
And remember, he gets home and all his
Bob
shit,
Keane definitely had a tarantula.
all his shit gets knocked over, and he's like, Kevin.
Dude, Bob Keane definitely had a tarantula. They got
Yeah.
knocked over, and he got so mad.
Yeah, Bob King got it. Yeah, Ariel probably ate it. Doesn't she seem like she eats bugs?
Oh yeah, like only like large, scary bugs.
Yeah. You know how when you have a beautiful voice, you'll drink like hot water and honey.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me think Ariel eats bugs
Yeah.
for her beautiful voice. Just
And
munch it on cockroaches
like
and shit.
cactuses,
Yeah,
and cat tongues.
just like molten hot like lava coffee.
Just
That she yells into a pillow for an hour every night.
yeah, she.
She's like, I'm trying to sound like Tom Waits.
Her morning shake, like she makes like a breakfast shake, and it's just sandpaper ground up.
Yeah, and cigarette butts.
Bob Keane cigarette butts the night before.
That's love.
Yeah.
You know how much she loves me, ladies and gentlemen? She puts my cigarette butts in a milkshake with sandpaper.
Guys, I've been working on a lot of my Def Jam humor recently. So I had that joke, and then I had a better one.
I've been working on a lot of my strawberry jam humor.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, because
Y'all been noticing a strawberry jam.
if you're a listener, you may know that I am I'm a black man stuck in a white man's body, and you can't be transracial, or else I don't think yet. One day I'll be able to be.
I actually like red raspberry jam the best.
One day I can identify as a black guy without being ostracized like an ostrich, but I think this is a different one that I had.
Man, I was on the phone working this morning, and guess what? I got a call from this motherfucker named Branch.
Branch.
Who the fuck named their kid Branch? Riddle me that. Who named their kid Branch? What is you, a part of a family of trees, motherfucker? Is you what I got hit with when I was a kid, motherfucker?
The switch?
Branch? What, what's your brother named Switch?
Yep.
Yeah. Who the fuck named their kid Branch?
Okay.
See, that one would absolutely
hold on.
crush.
The one thing I'm like sort of missing is like, what? Who's named Branch? There really is somebody named Branch?
I was legit. Yeah, I was on the phone with a guy named Branch.
Are they Native American or something?
Um,
What? How do you get it? What ethnicity is Branch? I've heard of Blanche. I knew a Blanche.
It was a phone call with a financial company, and I don't know.
Are you sure you weren't just talking to the branch of the bank?
No, because
Like it was like an office
signed
name?
signed off the email branch, whatever.
Branch. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the last name?
Tree? No.
Branch.
His first name was Branch.
Yeah.
There's no reason I made that joke.
Is it related to the Weeping Willow from Pocahontas?
I don't know, but that's one wise willow. I gotta say.
Uh huh.
when I saw how wise that tree was, I was like,
damn. How about Weeping Willow Ferrell? And it does a lot of comedy. It's like a tree that does a lot of comedy about being stupid.
Mm-hmm. Will Ferrell is in an episode of The Boys, the show.
Okay.
In the new season.
I haven't watched the new season yet.
He's just like in a small part of this. It's actually really funny, the part that he's in.
I kind of want to read the books because I read that guy. I want to read a book. I haven't read a book in like 5 years.
You don't need to.
And my friend wrote a book, and I didn't read it. And every time he comes to town, I pretend like I did.
Who Donnie Townsend?
Who's the only guy we know who wrote a book?
Donnie Townsend.
No.
I'm pretty sure. I
would read Donnie's book.
If you're referring
because it would be a children's book.
If you're referring to Sam,
it would be less than 100 words.
If you're referring to Sam Talent, I'm 100% sure Nathan Lynn told me this in the Zany's green room when Sam was on stage.
Uh-huh.
He told me that he wrote that.
What the hell?
Yeah, like Sam told us.
That's a Lund ghostwriter.
Lund Ghost wrote.
You saying Sam Talent is Drake?
Run the Light, yeah. Run the Light, the book by Sam Talent was written by Nathan Lund.
Nathan Lund is like Kendrick.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a true author.
Well, good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know that when you're seeing Sam riff on stage and never do the same, he's just doing Nathan Lund's riffs.
Everything you know about Sam Talent, everyone is an absolute
I heard Sam wears an earpiece on stage and Nate talks to him.
He does.
Through the earpiece and tells him what to say.
He feeds him crowd work responses.
Feeds him crowd work ideas and jokes. Now tell him his shirt is too small.
Yeah, standing 69.
Right. Yeah, do the standing 69 joke and then tell him that his hairdo is wacky.
And then talk about how they're not short shorts or pants.
Say something like sounds like you're if Mark Twain was gay.
Talk about how your really short shorts are not short shorts. They're just really tall.
Yep.
And then you get a re-Lund. So basically, that's a 3 Lund performance in a row.
Hell yeah!
You get Lund opening for Sam
triple
Talent,
Lundy,
which is just Sam Talent with Lund in his ear. Then you get Lund again.
Do you ever see the movie Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield?
No, I don't watch old movies.
It's pretty good. Rodney Dangerfield goes back to school.
Oh.
And there's a part where he's on the diving team and he does a triple Lindy. It's like this really complicated diving trick.
And in Billy Madison,
it is Rodney Dangerfield.
Well, maybe that's a comedy callback because in Billy Madison he says "back to school, back to school."
It's not. That's just the same movie.
I think it's a callback. Wait, is it the same movie?
No.
Well, why'd you say that?
It's like the same thing where it's like it's the same trope of a guy who, but like Adam Sandler goes back to like high school. Rodney Dangerfield goes to college.
Mm-hmm. So I was breaking down some old Adam Sandler movie titles, trying to kind of figure out why.
I was having a breakdown.
That sucks.
Go on.
Maybe you should go more stoic and
No, I read a horrible thing about stoicism.
What was it actually?
It's the religion of cucks.
What does that even mean?
It means like while your wife is getting fucked, you try not to show any emotion.
Oh, you're saying because Marcus Aurelius' wife had sex with someone?
Yeah.
You know how many bitches he was having sex with on the road?
I know that's your defense, but it just doesn't. It doesn't convince me.
Him not giving a fuck, it means he doesn't give a shit about her or love. He's like, fuck you.
But if he was a true player,
did he have the guy killed? They never followed up on this.
I don't know.
So,
I think he asked if he could suck his dick afterwards.
Careful.
Wait, what?
I bet he had the guy killed, or he just didn't give a fuck.
I don't know.
I think that your stuff.
I think if you got a wife, even if you don't love her, nobody else should have sex with her.
Okay, well, I'm sure he had her killed. Or he was like,
I don't think Marcus Aurelius was having people killed like that, was he?
Yeah, he was an emperor of Rome.
I know, but he was always known as like the ultimate
pragmatic
cool dude.
and yeah. I know, but
so I don't feel like he would like kill somebody. He wasn't known to be very vicious or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that wasn't his MO. But if you're an emperor of Rome, you're gonna kill a lot of people.
Enemies.
Yeah.
Your wife or
someone
sleeping
who has
with somebody.
No, he probably killed the
guy.
Yeah.
Probably paid the guy to watch.
No. That's in your narrative.
I don't
Anyways,
know. Stoicism seems to go well with being a cuck.
Stoicism does not go at all
I
well
can't
with
even
that.
say that, can I?
Cuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
You don't know.
Cuck is used commonly.
It's kind of like the new F slur, though. Have you noticed that?
No.
Like it's a way to like really put someone down.
No. Well,
You know, it's like we can't call you gay anymore, so now we call you a cuck. It kind of like replaced it.
for me, it's we can't call you
Calling
gay,
people
so now
gay.
we got to call you the F slur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work, we'll call you the N word.
Why do like gay people want to go by queer? Like-
Well, some of them feel like
It's
they
like
don't-
I'm weird.
they're
That's what
like-
queer means.
Well, there's a whole history with that.
yeah. Well,
It used to mean weird, but then people kind of used it to mean weird in a specific way.
yeah. But it still means.
And then they took it back, like the way that black people took the N-word back.
I know, but also the word queer still exists. Like then there was a.
Yeah, but nobody uses it
There was
anymore except to mean gay stuff. I remember being a kid.
I'm sure
my mom-
I'm sure authors still use it.
My mom used to use the word.
It was a very queer coincidence.
In old books, yeah.
I'm sure
Not new authors, no. Because my mom used to use the word queer like in conversation. I have a
she would call
I have
you.
a
She would
childhood
say
memory.
you're a queer.
She'd be like,
Jason.
"The pizza man's running late. What a queer day.
Yeah,
Things
yeah.
aren't normal today."
It was like the same word as kind of eerie, but not the scary part.
She
you
meant
know?
just weird.
Yeah, yeah.
But she would say it all the time. And then I remember I have a very old memory of my mom calling something queer and then being like, "Oh yeah, I got to remember not to say that anymore."
Mhm.
Like it was like it was like a PC thing.
Yeah.
You know, like how we had to stop saying.
So you don't get demon timed.
I can't think of anything.
Well,
What do we have to stop saying in our
Whenever
life?
those words started, you're not supposed to say them. That's when I said them more, but not on YouTube, so I don't want to get demon timed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Remember, we only used to have the word gay, and then somebody came along and invented the word bad. Like we didn't have a way of calling stuff bad, so we would just call it gay.
Yeah.
And then somebody invented the word bad, and they're like, "You got to switch to this one."
Right. And
That was hard for us.
And they had they had stuff like lame as shit, but that's way too long.
Like you used to be queer, but now you're non-binary.
Or like yeah, or like there's words this person's being like super annoying and a loser.
Yeah,
You can just call them gay.
yeah,
You know?
because it means they're bad and they suck.
Yeah, yeah.
And they like guys.
But no.
Oh,
No, that's what it changed to.
yeah.
Yeah. And I don't I also why are gay people called gay? They're not all happy, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a joke about that on my special.
Did you?
I hate when I was in middle school and I called
Oh,
someone
yeah,
gay
yeah.
and they'd be like, "Well, yeah, I am gay because gay means happy." And I'm
Mhm.
feeling really happy.
Yeah.
It's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, that's a classic that everyone knows, just like Bosco sticks. I'm not saying your joke is not good. I'm saying it's relatable.
I remember
Everyone knows Bosco sticks are for the cafeteria, and everyone knows that combos are for when you're in a car on a road trip.
yeah. I remember being on the school bus, some little kids talking shit to me.
You said,
And then I learned I learned this. I go, "Your mom." And it's like he's like owned, he wins. So that was pretty good.
yeah,
I'm saying people are bullying me. "Hey, you're a fat, so and so." I go, "Your mom," and then I win every time. Then one day I see this kid. I go, "Your mom," and he goes, "My mom's actually dead." And I go, "Oh my God, I feel so terrible." I
Yeah.
felt so bad. I went home, and then somebody told us his mom's not dead.
oh,
He just fucking said that. Next time, tell him you want to have sex with his dead mom.
yeah,
So I come back to school. Like, "Hey,
Yeah.
buddy, remember when you said your mom was dead?" He's like, "Yeah." I go,
Mhm.
"I'm going to have sex with your dead mom."
That was like when Dale said he was gonna have sex with my mom, and I said I was gonna have sex with his dead dad because his mom was too ugly.
There you go. There you go. See, well, you're on a whole nother level. I mean, you're just way better at this. I'm just learning,
Okay.
This is
Do you
this is
remember
second grade?
You remember on the bus? I don't know if it's a school bus, but
Yep.
it's cool to sit in the back of the bus. All the cool kids sit in the back
Unless
of the
you're
bus.
Rosa Parks.
I know. She really wanted to sit in front. The cool kids sit in the back.
This is an old Junior Stopka joke.
Is it like that?
He goes, "I was fingering Rosa Parks in the back of the bus," and she's like, "It's not so bad back here."
No, but like the coolest. I mean, the cool kids sit in the back of the bus, and also because it has the cool bumps. Like, if you would go over a thing,
then your head would touch the ceiling.
It's like a roller coaster. So that's why
yeah.
it was reserved for the cool kids. The nerds had to sit near the front or by themselves in a seat, maybe. Yeah. And then the cool kids sat in the back. So that means that black people were cool people until Rosa Parks ruined it for them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rosa Parks was not cool.
Mm-hmm. What if she was sitting in the handicap chair or like the...
Yeah. The pregnant woman wanted her spot, and she was like, no. I've considered myself the Rosa Parks of pregnancy seats. Mm-hmm. I never give up my seat to a pregnant lady.
Yeah.
I go, you're going to have to take me to the Supreme Court.
Yeah. I do a lot of similar things to Martin Luther King, like kind of like sit-ins, but I do like sit-outs, like whenever there's Brian Rowe show going on, or if there's like
sit out.
Yeah, I do a sit-out. Yeah, I don't go. Mm-hmm. Or if like James Najjar is like doing a set Power Hour, I'll step outside. I'll do a sit-out.
If you watch a James Najjar set, you'd be like, I think I've seen this before. Every time. He's more like a rerun of other people's stuff.
Yeah, it's like weird. I'm pretty sure I've heard it seems like I've heard this set from 5 different people.
Yeah.
But one joke from each person.
Yeah, weird. It's weird. I watch it as TikTok and it's like, wow, I've seen this. Well,
it's smart.
I think I've seen this whole idea before, but I don't remember James being in it the first time.
Well, he's very smart at stealing jokes because he diversifies his portfolio. So he takes one joke from each comic and then makes it a set. Because you can't steal a full set or else you get caught right away.
Hell yeah.
See, guys, James Najjar is the real joke thief. Dan Docimo's just the second biggest joke thief.
I mean, yeah, Dan Docimo is someone we lie about stealing jokes, and James Najjar is somebody who really does it.
Yeah. Well, we partially lie about it. Dan doesn't steal that many jokes.
I took a Dan premise the other day.
Nice.
Dan had a premise.
You got to take it back,
Yeah. And I actually saw the same thing on Instagram. There's something came out. Harvard people in Harvard are saying they think that there might actually be aliens already living among us.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't remember what Dan said about it.
Is that what non-binary people are?
I said, I think it correlates with the rise in autistic people. Like aliens are always autistic in movies. You ever notice that?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Starman.
Mm-hmm.
And
David Bowie, Starman.
And autistic people, they sometimes have special abilities. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah, yeah.
Like my cousin, he's autistic and he doesn't talk.
Mm. I mean, a lot of people think that autism is like the evolutionary stage before our current stage.
You said it backwards.
That it's at.
You said it backwards.
I tried to steal Jason's joke just now.
A lot of people think that autism is the next stage of evolution. I think it's the previous stage. No one ever laughs at that when I do it on stage.
I think you do.
Do I fuck it up?
I think you do it too quickly.
Oh,
it's like I was like, you should be like, that's an interesting theory, but I actually believe that I did some research and I actually believe that it was the previous stage. I think you just got to make it a tiny bit longer.
Yeah.
So that they can comprehend the first part of it. They're like, okay.
I feel like
because people are dumb. They're like, okay, so autism is the future. Why is that? Okay, because they can count cards and stuff. Because they have to think about that. So you have to give them a few seconds before you know.
Oh, you're right. I need to spell it out more.
Yeah. So this is new for new comics from veterans. This is another tip.
I usually have the opposite problem. I usually say I ruin a joke by adding to it. Like I had that ribs joke and it kind of stopped working. And then I figured out, I got to cut out all this extra shit. The sauce punchline is fine. But I'm like, the whole thing is like, I need to not talk about Marilyn Manson. I didn't need to talk about it.
Oh, you never really.
Yeah, I used to be like, Marilyn Manson is famous. The only thing, I don't know one song by Marilyn Manson, but I know he got a rib removed to suck his own penis.
Well, I mean, you should.
Which I think is funny.
You should mention Marilyn Manson, but very quickly.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to get.
I got the Manson.
I wanted to get my rib removed, like Marilyn Manson did to S's own D. Mm-hmm. Just do it like that. You don't say the renowned Marilyn Manson of this.
Yeah. Well, I figured out. I don't even need to say it. Like I say, I wanted to go to the doctor to get a rib removed to suck my own penis.
Yeah.
You don't even have to mention Manson.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
just skip
Because
all
people
that.
already know that. Yeah. You're kind of like the rotund Marilyn Manson instead of renowned.
Oh. Rotund Hill. It's Ravon Hill's brother, Rotund. He's got a fat brother.
So, I hit up Dale for a walk this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, he didn't go.
Wow. Should I send him a message like to try and help? Should I try and help?
I don't know if he'll take advice from you.
Oh, yeah. Let me think. Has Dale ever taken advice from me? I'm trying to remember. If I've even ever given him advice.
I have.
One time I was really drunk in a car with Dale and we got pulled over by the cops. We were all drunk and I told the cops, shouldn't you be beating up black people?
Oh, yeah.
He always tells that story.
Wait, have I done my Joe Kilgallen impression?
No.
On the pod? I did it. I showed it to Joe, but it's Joe Kilgallen performing at CYSK. And he's like, yeah, I told it to Joe at the open mic. He went there after CYSK. But it's like, hello, CYSK. My name is Joe Kilgallen. I'm your headliner for the night. Thank you so much for coming. You can see Jonah Jerkins in the corner there eating his soup. And I really hope you enjoy my set. I'm a comedian you should know, but you've probably seen a bunch of times on here. I'm a producer as well. And then he does the rest of his set. I don't think I've done the Danny Callis. I was hanging out with...
You did it for Joe? You did it for Joe when we had him on the podcast.
I did it for Joe, and I did it for Danny.
Yeah. Not for Jonah?
Not for Jonah, I don't think. But
Are you friends with Jonah?
Well, yeah, I was hanging out with Jonah, Danny.
Jonah Hill, I mean.
Oh, no. He's racist.
It's Ravon's brother, Jonah?
Jonah Hill's too racist.
Jonah Hill has a black person last name.
Hill?
Yeah.
That's true.
It's Lauren Hill, Ravon Hill, and Jonah Hill.
But yeah, I was hanging out with Jonah and Joe Kilgallen and Danny Callis at the Easy Bar, whichever one that is on Division, and Jonah bought me a drink. I felt bad because I've been making fun of him for eating soup all the time in the corner. So every time I go there when he's not on the show,
soup is awesome.
But he's sitting in the
and
corner.
It's an Irish restaurant. They kind of only have soup.
Yeah, but you know what he orders? He orders extinct tortoise stew.
What?
Yeah, that's
He's
how rich
like
he
that
is.
dentist who hunts dying animals.
He's super rich, so he pre-orders the last.
He brings his own meat to the restaurant.
Well, he pre-orders it to get to the restaurant. He's not gonna put his hands on it.
Yeah, you're right.
So
he'd have somebody do that for him because he's so rich.
He pre-orders it to CYSK from the Galapagos Islands, and it's like whatever the last tortoise is.
Yeah.
He wants it made into turtle stew, and then he eats that in the corner while he watches the comics go up.
God damn.
Also, Danny Callis said, because I went to CYSK also to watch Mike. I went to Zany's, then CYSK, and then the Mike. That's why I was so drunk. But I went up to walk in, and then Danny Callis was the one like doing tickets or whatever. And he was just like this. He was just sitting there like pretty much half sleeping in his hand. He was just like this. And then he was like, oh, what's up, Mac? I was like, yeah, I'm just here.
Danny was asleep like that?
Yeah.
Is he like, he's like, I mean, he's always been kind of like an old man.
Yeah. Well,
but like, what is his life? Is he a really busy guy?
He said he was really busy with, so later on.
What does he do for work now?
Later on in the show, I was hanging out.
I miss Danny.
I was hanging out.
I want to know about him.
I was hanging out near that table. And then Danny was like even more just like sleeping in his hand. And then I was like, are you good, Danny? Like, he's like, yeah, I'm tired as fuck from working.
God.
I was like, what do you do? Or he's like, I'm a doorman or something.
What the hell?
Where is he a doorman at? Like,
yeah, who's he gonna throw out?
Yeah, like
he's just a doorman at a place where everybody is skinnier and smaller than him.
Yeah,
he's a doorman at where?
I don't know. Maybe I feel like he'd be. It's gotta be.
Where is a place where everybody is smaller than Danny?
I don't know. I was
Maybe he's a doorman at like an all girls club. The
well,
girls only
I was
club.
thinking just by the way he talks and kind of is that it would be like some underground like mafia gambling club, but he's not.
He's
not big
killed.
enough.
Yeah,
I know.
Maybe where he's a doorman, they let him use a gun.
Or maybe he's a doorman at the front.
Imagine throwing out people at a bar with a gun. Go out the door, and then they don't. You shoot them
Yeah,
in front of everybody.
maybe it's at like Star Bar or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he works at one of these hipster places where they're all little tiny weaklings anyway.
Yeah, no, I think I think he works at a bar that would just kind of like be like him. That would kind of personify him, like Dale at Frank and Mary's.
Dale, I picture at the Continental. Frank and Mary's makes sense too.
I actually picture him more at because there's some
The Conti.
no.
Did I ever tell you that story?
No,
where
the
he-
Conti's
I definitely told you the story.
Conti's too big and gets too busy. He should be at another place that's just as
He worked there though.
Yeah, but he should be at a place that's like just as not busy as Frank and Mary's.
Hold on a second though. The Continental is not busy until 2 a.m.
Yeah,
If you've
yeah.
ever, I worked the door in place of Dale there one night, and it was like a weekday, and nobody came in until 2 a.m. and it was like nothing.
No, I'm thinking.
It was like really easy.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like, but they have like some like decent things, and it's like decent decorations, and they have like that booth by the photo booth thing, and they actually have stuff.
I guess it's a shithole.
He should work at like Easy, the one on Western. That one's Easy In, I think.
Where Mike Dwyer's doing a mic?
Yeah, that bar.
Yeah. I danced with a Polish lady there once who used to own that spot. It used to be more of a shithole.
Yeah,
It actually is kind of nice in there now. They redid it.
kinda. Actually, the last time I went
They hung
there,
shit on the walls and stuff.
I went there on.
How about Stella's?
I went there on. Yeah, Stella's would be perfect for Dale.
I mean, Stella's is a shithole.
Yeah, I know. No, but I went to
Archie's.
I went to Easy on Thanksgiving with hanging out with Zacho and Michael Myers.
Oh,
and,
nice.
Yeah,
I think you should change the name to Blacko, Ryan.
he should. Yeah, he should also move.
Yeah.
Probably, like they get out of here.
Move it on up to the east side.
Yeah. He should move to like a smaller. Wait, hold on. John Hickok is bringing way too many Nashville people here. He's got to slow down.
What the
slow
hell's
it down.
going on? What are you talking about?
He's trying to do a takeover.
Another person?
Okay, so
There's Tyler.
I went to Zany's and okay, hold on. I went to Zany's and Tyler was there just to watch, and then there's two Nashville people on the
Well,
show.
you know, there's a Zanies in Nashville.
Yeah, I know.
So, like, if you get in there, you can come here.
Yeah, but then there's two Nashville other comics on the show. Okay,
Uh-huh.
and Mike Robinson. That's why I was here. But and then he was there. So there's three there. Then I went to that Easy Mike, and Hickok was there with Wagner, and then that there's another Nashville guy with the Sox hat. I forgot his name. That's like 100.
I'm from Bashville. I'm very bashful.
Yeah, John Hickok thinks just with all of his money he can just fucking invade Chicago with these Nashville people.
Well, they got all the money and the guns. We're kind of in trouble.
Not gonna happen, John. No, he doesn't have them up here.
We don't know that. I guarantee he's got them up here.
No,
And I'm talking to you, FBI.
ATF.
Whatever.
ATF.
I'm talking to you, CSI.
And when we say ATF, we mean
That's my favorite show about straight people, CSI. The
Yeah.
cisgender show.
So I'm thinking we should go to war against John Hickok.
Well, that's scary to me, but I guess I'm down.
He gave up on his podcast like a loser.
Are you guys enemies because he said you didn't do good at the one show?
No. I just want to be enemies with him.
Did I ever tell you the story? I wanted to
It's
go
funny
back a little
because
bit.
he lives a block away too.
Because Dale worked at North Bar as a doorman, and sometimes he would just be there drinking, but he would still do doorman stuff. Like if people were acting up, he'd throw them out.
Where like he was in the corner near the door.
And I don't know what happened one night. I was like, I think I legitimately was sitting in my car, like about to leave, and then Dale was out front, and I watched him punch out a guy with one punch.
Oh, he said the N-word, right?
Yeah, he kept saying the N-word. Like, yeah, I told you the story before.
But like it sounded right.
It sounded normal
Yeah.
when he said it. It sounded fine. And he was also, it was only white people out front. There was no black people there. And he just like reverted to like whatever black high school he went to and just started talking like how probably everyone talked.
I mean, he's
punched out this guy.
He's so white trash and like not actually racist.
And
that
then,
it's okay for him to say it, I think.
And this was like a mafia type moment. Jim comes up to me like kind of with Dale. And Jim goes, take Dale out of here.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Like if the cops come,
That was-
move him somewhere else.
That was-
So Dale gets in my car with me, and I think I'm going to take him home because he's hammered punching out people in front of the North Bar. And he goes, take me to the Continental. So take me to the Conti.
Yeah.
So I drove him to another bar.
When I had a car.
Usually after you punch out a guy, your night's over, but not Dale.
Yeah.
You take me to the 4 a.m. bar. I want to see if I can fight somebody else. It's because he's got the Tyson lisp.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, he's got to do, but also he always throws the first punch, and it's got to be the haymaker. And he normally hits open palm.
Yeah.
He says he always hits open palm, but he also kind of catches them while they're not looking. He kind of sucker punches them. I got to say that.
I have seen him sucker punch a guy. I was at
There's a videotape of him
It's
sucker
funny
punching a guy. Yeah.
at Cole's Bar.
I think so.
I might have been standing right there.
He was like wearing a white thing.
I
White
was hammered. It was a long time ago. Danny Callis was on stage, and some guy was heckling Danny.
Well, you should get Danny Callis on the pod.
We really should. So Danny was on stage, and some guy's heckling Danny, and Dale got pissed because he loved Danny, and
Did you
he
write
just
that down,
he
Danny
just
Callis?
punched. Yeah, I did write it down. I actually have it in my notes. And then Dale just punches the guy who's heckling Danny, just in defense of Danny.
Really?
Yeah, from the crowd. So the guy's not even looking at Dale. He's heckling towards the stage, and Dale from like his side punches him to the ground.
I think this might have been a different one. I think
was
this
that
one,
Cole's Bar?
No, I don't think it was.
This was Cole's Bar.
I think it was at another bar where there wasn't comedy going on, but Dale was working.
Nice.
But there's like videotape of it. I've seen it. It's hilarious.
It was
Says you
right
see
in
the
front of
open
me.
palm, and then the guy just flies on the ground. And it's funny because Dale,
So good.
Dale doesn't lift or anything, but he's fat strong. Like when you're,
Yeah.
like, I mean,
You got to lift your own body. That's the lifting.
well, with your legs, he's right. Well, actually, no, his
Yeah,
legs.
you
are-
got to push yourself up out of bed and stuff. You know, you're using your muscles more than you think.
Yeah. No, there is fat strong. Like, I mean, you
Yeah.
don't lift, but like a punch from you would hurt more than.
I wonder too, because there's also this thing where like if you were
And maybe
like
the weight,
a little
and
bit
maybe
strong,
the weight behind it too. You know, just the there's more coming from behind the punch.
if you're a little bit strong as like a kid, sometimes you like retain that too. Like no matter what happens to you.
My buddy Rendell Massey, who's on the
Yeah.
podcast, yeah.
Like Drake DeVerna's actually kind of strong, even though he's real skinny, because he just always had like warehouse jobs.
Yes.
Zach Albers too.
Yeah.
They're skinny guys,
my
but they're
dad-
actually both strong because
Well,
they're
my dad is swole.
Yeah.
Is swole
Then
from
there's
from,
dad strength.
but it was from growing up on a farm.
yeah, exactly. You kind of just like retain that.
But then he also he still maintains it. You know, he still goes to the
Your
gym.
dad's like in shape. I'd be worried about your dad like in a fight if I was against him.
Yeah.
because he's like in good shape.
But he always
even for his age.
my dad
yeah.
doesn't really have a temper. Much of it.
Jeffrey Pepsi just kicked my ass.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
But
it.
I don't really know if my dad's ever been in a legit fight.
Just with hogs.
Well, because he said
Just in the slop.
my dad said in college, like basically if he was about to get into a fight, like he would basically just like get in their face to a point where like and give them these eyes
He had a look.
where they would back
Like
down.
Perry
Where they
Caravello?
would just back down. He'd be like, "You really want to get into this?"
Ooh. Sometimes that's all it takes, bro.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's how a lot of that's how like most medieval battles went. They didn't even fight. The militaries
Yeah.
would meet, and then one would get scared and he can go ahead and retreat.
There's this thing about like
That's why like Vikings, yeah.
until guns, there was not a lot of deaths in battle because it's actually very hard to kill people.
It is.
And there's like some evidence
especially
that
through
people
spears and shields.
Yeah, there's some evidence that people never get bayoneted because like to actually bayonet somebody, you have to be like up close and do it, and it's so horrifying that like people just like chicken out at that
Well,
point.
people when there was, I think people got bayoneted more when guerrilla warfare came in.
I don't know. I just heard on one
Well,
of those
like-
Dan Carlin podcasts that like a lot of people just never even use the bayonets. 'Cause it's
Probably
like,
not in a setup.
it's
field.
too brutal
Probably
to-
not in like a setup field battle.
I don't know.
But
I mean, he said like ever.
like if you're attacking from the woods,
But still, it's like you have to like go up close and personal and stab somebody. It's so much easier to stand back and shoot at them.
yeah,
You know?
but think about the reload time and all that.
Well, for sure, but like
they-
if you're gonna kill somebody, you don't want to run up and do it. That's like horrifying.
But some do.
I guess like the serial killers.
Not the serial killers, just the ones that are war hardened and.
I don't know.
Well,
I had a friend who wanted to join the Iraq War because he said he wanted to kill people and he didn't pass the psych test and they didn't let him in.
Wait, which Dan Carlin pod is this on? Is it on a Patreon one or something?
I can't remember because I just listened to all the shit he had for free on.
I didn't hear that one.
I feel like it was like in the middle of one of them, or maybe it was the addendum. Did you listen to all the addendums?
No.
I listened to all those.
I did listen to the one with...
He has Elon Musk on one.
I did listen to the one with Tom Holland and Dominic, my boys.
That was the one about communism, right?
I think
no?
Maybe.
Fascism and communism?
I think so, yeah. Dude,
I don't know. I love that shit.
That's my favorite. That's the best podcast of all. Dan Carlin's the best. Like, if you want to actually like listen and take it in,
Be
if you have a long car ride.
Yeah.
But no, if you want to be entertained, you got to listen to The Rest Is History, because Dominic is just hilarious. He just makes fun of Tom.
I kind of like. I want a podcast,
and Tom knows everything, and he's like, "You're gay."
My ideal podcast is not too entertaining.
Yeah.
That way, if I miss anything, I don't feel like I have to rewind.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been listening to this podcast. It's like the complete guide to everything or something. It's not that. It's basically a podcast where each week they have a subject. Like, it'll be like the iPhone or Halloween or like ghosts.
I have one. I have one where they.
But it's two idiots and they just talk about it and they're like, "Hey, you remember in high school when we did this?" And it's like,
are they comics?
No, they're not comics. They're just normal dumbasses. And it's so good because I don't have to listen.
This one's a history comedy podcast, but basically they choose a person from history from whenever.
I like that.
And they kind of run through that person's whole
We
life.
shouldn't be giving people ideas of other podcasts to listen to.
Yeah.
On our podcast.
Yeah, but that's for history. This is comedy only, folks.
Yeah, right. True.
Yeah, we're not talking about
We basically do a podcast that's half comedy, half podcast recommendations.
Yeah. We do got I do want to talk about Steeper.
Cool. All right, the Cool Steeper Club. Where are we at? Should we wrap up after this?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell a really interesting story after the plugs, so you have to listen.
I listen to everything.
I mean, like, to the people listening, we're going to plug the Cool Steeper Club.
So I'd keep
but
listening.
If you tune out, you're going to miss this really good story I tell after the plugs.
And maybe there'll be a reward, too, or something.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's actually, it also involves some secrets and drama.
Oh, shit.
So you have to listen after the plugs.
So, folks, coolsteeperclub.com. Go there. Subscription tea. And you're like, I don't want another subscription. Like, I'm going to forget about it. No, forget about that thought. It's really good. They send you a bunch of teas, and then you put them in it makes cold tea in your fridge overnight. Then you have about 20 gallons of tea at your disposal that you can drink, and it's really good. I've tried all the flavors, all the way from cranberry Kenyan black that tastes just like cranberry Obama. I tried their mint julep flavor.
Ooh,
super good when I'm on the plantation.
Great for a porch.
Yep. And then what do you have to say about them?
I love them, and if you go to Cool Steeper Club, I drink this shit all the time. Picture cold tea while I'm working from home, just sipping on that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it's so easy to make. You just put the tea in the thing. You put the tube in the dude,
and even if
then you put the dude in the fridge, and then the next day you got tea. It's that easy.
And even if you're working, even if you don't work from home, honestly, that pitcher is pretty easy to just travel around with.
Yeah, it's got a little handle.
It's like a portable pitcher essentially. So
yeah.
You just bring that pitcher to work, and you're like, boys, I got the Steeper Club.
Yeah.
You guys
I
want
love
to be
pitchers, and I ain't talking about baseball.
And this
I'm talking about tea, folks.
Yeah, this is a very exclusive club that is only available to people of the Bad Comedy Podcast. Nobody else is allowed to buy this.
Yeah.
So go to their website.
Cool Steeper Club.
Cool Steeper, like with 2 E's, 1 P.
1P.
Club.com, and then type in promo code Bad Comedy. and you get probably like 80% off.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
25.
Yeah, 25 to 80%.
How about
off.
the cool stepper club?
Why don't
and
you
it's
type-
like
type it
black
in-
people stepping.
Fuck around.
Step in the name.
Fuck
of
around to
love.
find out, folks.
Yeah. Get
hold
some
on.
tea.
I'm just gonna
It is summertime, dude. So it's
keep talking
tea's-
about the
tea's
tea while I buzz
delicious.
them in, and then we'll keep going.
Do you want me to tell the dramatic story?
Yeah, I do want to
And
hear
then
it.
we'll get. Oh, you want to hear it?
Yeah, yeah. But
Okay, well-
let's talk about tea for a little bit more.
Well, I'll talk about tea. I think we could do a cool stepper club. It's like a step in the name of love, like some cool, like old black person dance moves. Step in the name of love. I know you're not supposed to like R. Kelly anymore, but step in the name of love. I still listen to R. Kelly a lot, and I find myself getting a little defensive whenever somebody trashes him for being a bad person. Even though I agree he's a bad person, I just like his songs, and I don't want to think about how he's bad anymore. I want to think about real talk when you get an argument with your girlfriend on the phone, and I want to think about do you want to come with me to America? And I want to think about Step in the Name of Love, and I Believe I Can Fly.
The
All
tea,
right.
the tea of the world, folks. Cool Steeper Club. Make sure to get it. And now the story.
So the other day, I guess we were driving to. I took Cameron Gillette to this bar to meet up with Blake Burkhart and some other people.
Yeah. What day?
And it was like a Thursday, and I guess when I left Cam there, and there was not enough seats in the car, I guess, and there was somebody in the front seat, and Cam sat on that person's lap.
That's me.
I kept rubbing his butt on that guy, and I heard that guy now has to go to the Pride Parade and celebrate with everybody.
You're throwing Cam.
And if that's not crazy enough, what if I told you that guy was Mack Nepper? He got Cam's butt rubbed on him.
I got irped.
You got irped.
I got Wyatt irped.
You got
by
Wyatt
Cam-
irped.
By Cram Gillette.
In the Wild West.
Wait, did you
He
hear-
crammed his butt onto you.
Did you hear the story from somewhere else or just from me?
I heard it from you.
Okay.
I tried to really quickly think of a story, and that's all I got.
Well, now that you guys know all about the Stepper Club,
And you know about Cram Gillette.
Yep, I got irped. I got Wyatt irped.
Yeah.
And folks, we love you. Jason, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Mac, thanks for coming on. You're welcome. And I hope that you new comics got some.
Oh, sign up for our Patreon, patreon.com/badcomedy.
Don't forget about that. Don't you forget about that. It's literally the best thing ever. I mean, I listen to every episode probably 10 times. And the patrons have been giving us rave reviews. We get texts from them all the time.
Yeah, we just had Adam Gilbert on. Everyone said that episode was funny.
Yeah, basically probably
I told a story about how I wore a dress.
Yeah. Kind of have two stories about the dress thing a little bit. You gave some
Oh, yeah, I
tea
told
about-
another story, too.
Yeah,
that
that's kind of weird.
is NSFW.
Kind of gross, yeah. But anyways, guys, we love you, but we don't love you as much as the people who are patrons of ours. So join there, and then we like you, but we'll love you if you join that. And we're gonna have a lot of bonus content and stuff coming out probably, and and polls.
Yeah.
A lot of polls.
Well, I'm thinking about doing something where our patrons can write in.
Yeah, you've been saying that you should just do it.
I did it. I said it once. We'll do it.
You said it two different.
I just
weeks.
remembered right now.
You said it 2 different weeks.
Hey, come on. I'm thinking about it.
Folks, all right. Well, we will catch you when Dale gets as big as the moon.
Pretty soon.